Elegant Edges album, and these are the 2 blank pages that we've got. So we've got this beautiful Kyoshi paper again, obviously because that's going through the whole album, and we've got this I think is really the main kind of theme of the paper that really catches your eye, and I wanted to bring it with something a bit different. So we've got, it's still in the same pack, and I think it works really well actually, the stripe, the kind of abstracty sort of check with the lovely floral. It's picking up some of the oranges and greens, and I think that looks really, really nice. So what I've done is I've cut some pieces out already using various Cricut cartridges, etc. So I'll tell you what those are as we go ahead and put the pages together. Okay, so let's start with this one first of all. So we'll put the other one to one side. Okay, so I folded that up and I just used a bit of adhesive just to stick that edge down there, so it's a nice little envelope. It's the double-sided basil cardstock, and as you can see, hopefully, it's got a little flowery pattern on it, which is really sweet. So we're going to put that to one side for the moment, and we're going to put together our next element. Next thing we've got is this kind of little paper pin, paper clip kind of tag. And I took this from Fabulous Finds, and I cut this out twice. I actually slightly misjudged the paper size there, but it didn't matter because I was actually cutting it out in this silver mirror card as well. So that needs to go on top of there. So I'm just going to use a little bit of tape glue, whoops, hopefully, just to stick that down. I want to line the paper clip part up first, I would suggest, and then fiddle around on the top. And there we go. And by doing the extra layer as well, originally I wasn't going to do the extra layer, but I thought I am actually going to use it like a clip and attach it. So I think that that just gives it a little bit extra strength. Okay, so I cut that at 2.5 inches. The next thing that we did was I cut, I welded some letters together on my gypsy from Lyrical Letters, and this is the capital feature key on Lyrical Letters, and I think it was just very slightly too small, thin in places, but I think it'll be fine. And I just welded that together, and it was at 0.75 of an inch. So, but the problem was I needed it this size because it wouldn't fit in the little hole otherwise. And I couldn't really put this any bigger because it would have overpowered. So that was why we sort of ended up with that. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of that. So I'm just going to use my little glue stick and position and don't forget, because you've got the glue stick sticking it down, you've got time just to move it around if you need to. And then just taking a piece of paper, just use that to help stick down, because if you rub straight onto it, you'll move the letters, whereas if you do this, you can rub across and you're not going to move them, hopefully. And there we go. So that just says notes, and so we'll just give that a moment to dry. So we'll put that over with our envelope. And then the next thing we've got is I cut out 2 little banners. I cut these from the Martha Stewart All Occasion Cake Art, but again, you could cut these, I'm sure there's loads of different cartridges that do these. I think they call them flags more on the Cricut, but anyway, they were, I think this was cut, I think this is the height. So I think this one was 1.75 and this was 2.25, and that just automatically adjusts the width. I actually use my gypsy to narrow this one a little, but again, you know, you can probably, you know, do it as you want. I then cut some tags. This one was from the Elegant Edges cartridge, and because I cut it on this cardstock which came from the Kyoshi, it obviously is blank on the back, but that didn't matter because obviously by cutting the hole out I definitely wanted to put something on the other side. So I cut the blackout feature as well, and I'm just going to stick those down like that. So again, just taking my adhesive, whoops, wrong side. like so. So then we have a two-sided tag, which is really cool, and it's got the little butterfly on, which is really sweet as well. And then this was some tags, bags, boxes and more, and that was the normal one, the first one, not number 2. So those are the 2 tags, and I want to just put some baker's twine through the top. Okay, so I've got this gorgeous green. I've also got this nice pink, but I'm going to go with the green, I think, today. So I'm just going to pop that through. And then just cut off the excess, and that gives us our little tag done. I'm going to put something on that tag though, just on that edge, and then I'm going to do the same again on the other tag. Okay, so that's our 2 tags done. As I said, I'm probably going to do something on that, I'm not sure what yet, just to give it a bit of interest. Maybe some gems, that would be nice. Yeah, let's put a little gem in his body. So put one at the base, like so. And then a little round one just up there. There we go, that's pretty. Okay, so that does that for us. Okay, so that's our 2 tags done. So now let's bring this back and start putting the actual card together. So used to doing the actual page together. Make sure it's the right way up, that would be helpful. Okay, so that's going down on the centre of our page like so. So let's stick that down, and again with this one I'm going to use our red tape because it's going to have things in it and I want to make sure it stays put. Okay, and then pop that in the centre. Probably slightly, oh yeah, I need to remember those 2 as well. So actually let me just grab these, because these are going down here, so I need to make sure there's enough space going along here. So that needs to go about there. Perfect. There we go. And I may even turn that over. Okay, so let's stick those 2 down while we're there. Then just placing that, lining it up, making sure it's level with the other one. So those 2 in place. So now we want to put our tags in. So that one in there, and that one like that. And then taking our little notes sign, I'm going to pop that in place as well, but I want that to stick down. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the back of this section only, because that piece is going inside. So I'm just going to use some of my tape pen. I keep doing that the wrong way. I think like that, and then stick it down. Popping our little tag in. There we go. So that sticks that down. I'm just going to move that over a little tiny bit actually. Take him out a minute. There we go. And there's our 2 tags. So So that's that bit done. Now I've got some of these beautiful sticky kind of gems that come on in a little strip. So I want to put some of those just down here. So I'm just cutting off the piece I want. I'm just going to place that on there or on here, put it on our little flag, because we can't write on that flag anyway because that's got all the embossing on. So I think that just pretties that up. I just popped one of the spare gems just on the end there to finish that bit. I've taken two paper flowers, a black because that'll bring that dark in, and then the blue, which is again all over the place on this design, and we've got a little blue on the next page. I'm going to take some of these lovely stitched fabric brads, also from the Kyoshi range, and I'm thinking that this green and pink one would look really nice because that's going to bring the colour from the rest of the page into our flower. So just taking that, popping it through the centre, and then displaying the little things at the back, and I think that looks really nice. And then we're going to pop that down just in there, and I think that just finishes that off really nicely. So I'm just going to use some glue dots and then place that like so. There we go. Okay, so that's that page done. I think that looks really pretty. Oh, no it's not. I wanted one more thing. I wanted to just add a little of this grape ice stickles to my letters, just to soften that off a little. Just add a little something extra. And then I'm going to just add a little bit to the petals of my flowers as well, just again to give it a little bit of softness and prettiness. I won't add it to our lovely brad, that would be terrible. See, that looks so pretty, and on the flower as well. Okay, so that's that page done. So we're going to put that to one side, and we're going to do the pair to this page, which is this one. Now you can now see why I've got this tag in, because that tag is that paper, so it's again linking it all together. So there's method in this madness. Okay, so I've got two pieces of cardstock here that I'm going to add. This is from the Kyoshi range, and this is just, I'm not sure what this one is actually, but it's just a piece of scrap that I had that goes really nicely. So we're going to pop these down onto our base here. And I'm not taking it right to the edge because I don't want to go over the holes. So I'm lining it up like so. It's nice and easy when you've got straight lines to work with. And then again on this one, just a piece of, oops. And then that was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's about to there to give it the same gap. Okay, and then we're just going to take our scissors and cut round the back. And this is the back page, but the looks of it, I just picked up pages that I like the colouring for the things that I'd cut. Okay, so we're just going to cut round our scallop here. Okay, so that's that done. I don't think I want anything on there, but because I'm putting this on and I don't think it needs it, but I'm just going to have a little look anyway. Okay, so I've got a piece of ribbon here to put along that line, so I'm just going to use my tape pen and just run along the back of my ribbon, and then I can stick that down. I don't think I have quite the end. There we go. And then we'll stick that in place just along that line. so, and then again just turning the page over to snip away that excess. There we go, and that just finishes that off nicely on that join. So we'll pop that to one side for a minute and show you what we've got here. This is a frame that I cut from Fabulous Finds. Now it was kind of long, so I squared it off, so it was cut at 3.5 by about 3.5, maybe just slightly wider, and then it had little holes down the side here which I removed. So actually, probably in hindsight I might not have done that because I think it would look quite cute with some brads down it. So, and then I cut out a square which I matched into the background just to cover the back there, just a rounded square. I think that was probably from Georgian Basic Shape, something like that. So first of all, I'm just going to stick our little backing in place. Ah, sticky, sticky. And position that like so. And then I think I am actually going to pierce some holes through here to put some little brads. So the centre is probably about here. Probably should do it on a piercing mat, but what the heck. And then one each end. And then one in between those two. About there, I would say. Okay, so that's our holes, and then we're just going to get some little baby brads. And we've got these again from the Kyoshi range, so I think I'm going to use some green ones, because that will be in keeping. So I need a few of those. 1, 2. Oh, some really tiny ones. I didn't realise they had different sizes in there. Okay. I think some of the little wee ones would be really quite cute. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pop those back. Let's have a look. I didn't realise it all came with different sizes, which is quite sweet. So then just taking a brad, whoops, because they're so tiny, popping it through. And splitting the split pin. There we go. How cute's that? Okay, so that's our little brads done. They look really sweet. And then the next thing I've got is I cut another piece, the same size but in the green basil cardstock, the textured, and I'm going to use the pale side, and I want to pop that. I've just got to work this out in my head. So that's going to be like that, and I think I want it like so actually. So I need to lift this corner here and slide him in there like so, and then up here as well to slide it in place. So just lift that all up and then put some adhesive on the back of our little mat, and then this inside. That's wrong, hold on. There we go. And then just wriggle it into position, because you want to see these nice little brads if we can. There we go. Okay, so I've popped that in there, and I've removed the adhesive on that corner so that it will stay, so anybody can stick something in there that they want, a little picture, so that will work. Okay, so now we need to take that and pop this on our page. So I'm going to use, I think, some red tape so that it's nice and strongly stuck down, again because there's quite a lot here, and I'm going to go right across both parts of the two different mats so that it's all encompassed in that, and across the brads as well. So there's absolutely no question that it's going to stay put. Okay, so peel those off. Okay, and then it's taken that all off. It's very, very sticky, and I'm going to position that where I want it to be. So just watching these edges so that it all lines up nicely, making sure it's central in that card design as well. Perfect. And then give it a good old squidge to make sure it's nicely stuck down. There we go. And then that will lift up nicely so people can put their picture in there. Threading some buttons, so with some thread, some baker's twine. So all you need to do is just make a pointy end with it, thread it through one hole from the top, turn it over, thread it through the second hole from the bottom, so that then you've got that. So it's nice and simple, and then just double knot it, making sure you've got enough end to do the knot, but not so much that you're wasting it. And then a second one. And then just take your scissors and snip off the excess to whatever length you want the little tails to be. I want them not too long at all. So then we've got our 3 buttons done. So then I'm just going to take my glue dots and stick those down. So I'm just going to pop my button onto my glue dot and peel it off and pop it in position. And these buttons have got from the Kyoshi range again, so they're all going to be matching beautifully, and they've got like little lines on them, so I wanted to make sure that they're all going in the same direction. There we go. So that looks really pretty, I think, just on the bottom there. And then we've got a butterfly which I cut out from the Elegant Edges cartridge, and it's a double butterfly I've done here in the yellow and the pattern. So I'm just going to stick that together, kind of slightly offset, just to give a little bit of the wings. Actually, I'm going to stick the yellow one down flat. That's what I'll do. That will work better, I think. So I'm just going to put some adhesive all on the back of my yellow butterfly, and I'm going to pop him up here, like so. Like poking up, so there we go. And then I'm just going to take the other one and just stick adhesive down in the middle and pop him on there like that. And then we'll put a few little gems. I've got some nice clear ones which will pop down in his tummy. His body, I guess, technically. I want to put a smaller one at the end. There we go. Alright, so that's our little butterfly finished. Apart from, I think it would be nice just to add a little bit of this stickles to his wings, just around the edge, just to give it a little bit of something. That's that page finished. And I think it looks really effective. It took a bit of fiddling just to get this bit right, but otherwise it was quite simple to do. The most difficult part is cutting all the bits out and working out the colours, but here are our 2 pages for today. I hope you've enjoyed making these with me, and I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Thank you.